Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Lauren if you're new here. If you're not new and you're returning, you're amazing. Thank you. I'm gonna start this video off by saying, let's all be a little bit kinder to each other. I know that sounds lame. Trust me, I'm saying it and it sounds lame, but I feel like people are stressed right now. I'm stressed. I have a lot going on. No, it's food kitties time. Based off the comments that I've been seeing on some of my videos, people are having a rough time and they're being kind of dicks about it. So let's just be nice. If there's anything I say in this video that you don't agree with, and we're talking about new makeup releases, that's okay. That's the beautiful thing about makeup. That's one thing that I love, is that you can have a conversation with someone about makeup, about a product that maybe you don't agree on. Maybe you love it, maybe I hate it, maybe it's my ride or die, and maybe you want to burn it in a fire. That's totally okay, because not everything is gonna work for everyone, and my tastes are probably different than your taste. So please don't come on here and be like, wow, you're wrong about that, because honestly, you're probably the wrong one. No, I'm kidding. Look, it's okay. I want to hear your opinion. I love talking to people on the internet. It sounds weird. It sounds like I'm in trouble. No, I love talking to the people that I've met through my YouTube channel about makeup. There's some people that we have very similar preferences, and it's really cool to find someone that likes so many things that I like. It's fun. And then, you know, some people have very different preferences, which is, again, totally okay. So take a deep breath, because there's a lot of stuff I hate that has come out. And I wanted to film this video. I don't film a video like this regularly. Every once in a while, I will film my opinion on new releases because I have a lot of opinions and I want to talk about them. In this case, it just felt like there was an overwhelming amount of what was dubbed holiday releases. And it is still September. I think this video is going up in September still. It's almost October. It's almost October. It's not yet though. Sunday is October. This video is going up on September 30th. So it confuses me. And then the color stories confuse me and upset me. And I don't know how I feel. So we're gonna talk out my feelings together. This is gonna be a therapy session for me, maybe for you. Definitely for Kitty. This little guy, this is Ritzy. He looks just like Hunter, but he's actually Hunter's younger and slightly plumper brother, but they look very similar. So I'm just gonna jump right into this because we've got a lot, and I have a lot of feelings, and some feelings I don't know how to feel, and I've bought quite a few of these. So I'm gonna tell you if I bought it, I'm gonna tell you if I passed on it, or I'm going to pass on it, and I'm gonna tell you if I just don't know, because I might just not know. But I might know, and I'll tell you if I do. So let's start. First off, I want to talk about Glaminatrix. Now, I just did a review of their latest palette, Sugar and Spice, right? Sugar and Spice palette. Wasn't my favorite from them. I didn't love the mattes. The shimmers were amazing as usual, but they're coming out with a new palette. It's the Rich Romantic palette. It launches October 7th, so it's not out yet. This hasn't been released, but this color story is way more up my alley. And I'm gonna buy this. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm gonna buy this. This will be the fourth palette I have from Glaminatrix Cosmetics, which, if you don't know, Glaminatrix is from Australia. It's an Australia indie brand. Their shimmers are amazing, and even though I didn't love the last palette, I really didn't. It wasn't my favorite. A couple of the other palettes I have for them are some of my favorites. They're fantastic. The mattes are fantastic. The shimmers are fantastic. The last one just didn't work out for me. This one is right up my alley color story wise. So purples, it's got just some purples that are beautiful that I want. It's really pretty. It's really pretty, and I am gonna get this one. Hopefully I actually buy it when it releases this time. I tend to be really late and I always have to get the pre-order. So I'm gonna set an alarm this time, but I am gonna get it. I think it's beautiful and I'm excited to try it. Now, this one was controversial. I don't know, people get like up in arms about certain things, and one is color story layouts. So this is the Blend Bunny Sickly Sweet palette. It has already launched. It retails for $41. You're gonna see a lot of palettes in this video. It's very palette heavy. Lots of palettes, which I love, but even I'm feeling slightly overwhelmed by the number of palettes. So this one, people hated the layout. Now, Blend Bunny is kind of known for their color gradient layouts, Really beautiful. It makes it really easy to use the colors because you can just kind of go down a row. Those are all like one color story that you can use if you're feeling kind of monochromatic. But also all the colors tend to work really well with each other. Now, I went back and forth on if I wanted to get this palette, not because the layout, because it honestly didn't bother me that much. Like, I get why people are making a fuss about it, especially on Reddit. People were real mad on Reddit. I'm on Reddit way too much, but they were real mad on Reddit about the layout of this palette. I wasn't sure if I was going to get it because if you've been here before, you know that I just don't love certain color stories. So for me, the color story that I never really love is pastels. I don't love pastels. That was kind of my biggest problem with the Glaminatrix palette. They had a bunch of pastel mattes in there that just weren't very saturated, so it was really hard for them to kind of show up on my skin. I just don't love pastels. This one had a lot of pastels, but I did end up getting it, so you will see a review on it. I felt like there was enough variety in there, and I'm familiar enough with how Blend Bunny does their shadows, where they're always super pigmented, that I felt confident in that I wanted to give it a try. Not that I would like it. We'll see. Again, like pastels, just sometimes they're beautiful and I buy them and then I just don't use them. So at least there's some darker colors in here. It's not purely pastels. The shimmers look fantastic. So we're gonna be trying it. We're gonna see. We're gonna see if this is one pastel palette that can win me over. I don't know, but I'm curious. This one just launched yesterday. This is the Ensley Rain Harvest Moon collection. So I believe last time I looked, the whole collection was still available for purchase. Now, a wonderful subscriber here on YouTube alerted me to Ensley Rain, told me that I might like it. I have fallen in love with Ensley Rain. Oh my gosh, beautiful shadows. So this palette finally was something that I was like, okay, this is a fall palette. This is definitely a fall palette. The Glaminatrix, the Blend Bunny, neither of those are speaking fall or winter to me. Those are both springy summer palettes, and I am in fall. Sweater weather, I am here. I needed something to match that energy, and I think this is it. So yes, I did pick this one up. I set my alarm. I knew it was gonna sell out, so I made sure to set my alarm and get it once it launched. It is $88. Now there are quite a few promo codes out there that you can use to bring that down a little bit, so I suggest finding one of those. I use Shifty Shadow or Shadows, I believe. That one worked for me. So definitely use a promo code because $88 is for a lot of money, but it's beautiful. It's folly. I'm so excited. Finally, this one screams fall. But then we're back to something else. The vibe is different on this one. So Lethal Cosmetics came out with a new palette. I was excited because they said this was a follow-up to their 1UP palette that they released last year, which is a fantastic palette, so good. So this is their 2UP palette. It's Neon Pastel-y? Neon Pastel-y. Again, I'm not the kind of person to harp a lot on layouts. I'm like, be creative, do your thing. I hate this. I hate this layout. I hate all the empty spaces on it because you could have just made it smaller. You could have they have fantastic blushes and highlighters. They could have put some of that in the palette. That would have been really cool. That would have gotten my attention. Plus they do these really cool like different colored highlighters. I have a green one from them. It does a green shift. So pretty. They could have done something like that and I would have been like, yes, okay, awesome. But I had to pass on this one. I was just like, what? What? Now, Lethal Cosmetics is a indie brand out of Germany. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe their fall is not my fall. Is it? I don't know. Are we opposites? I know in Australia we're opposites weather. I don't know the weather in Germany. So maybe their fall is slightly springier than it is here. Where, again, we're in California. So it's not even that cold. But still, you know, you can wear a good sweater. How is this? I don't know. Again, I was confused and a little bit disappointed by this one. How did you feel about this one? He had mixed feelings. He liked it. Okay, well, you know, it was an easy pass, which thank God, because there's so many releases. This is insane. Oh, it's too much. We have a Halloween launch, kind of. Halloween. So this is the Odins eye launch that just happened last week. I think it was last week. I went back and forth. I was not sure if this would be something that I would miss and then regret it like the holiday palettes last year. I didn't get them and they never came back out again. So I was like, okay, I watched some videos. I knew the orange and green one was not something that I would get a lot of use out of. So that was an easy pass. But the purple and blue one, the swatches were beautiful. But I held up. I didn't get them. Now, this is Halloween, so this was a collab they did with Angelica Nyqvist. So this was her interpretation of Halloween. So totally okay. Like, you do you. I feel like the orange and green did give me Halloween vibes. The one that I actually was interested in did not, but at least it was more fall-y. It was darker. It didn't feel so spring and summery, so I did appreciate that, but I did pass on this. I think they're still available if you're interested. They retail for $43.90 each, $43.90. That's the conversion, because I believe they're originally listed in Swedish. But yeah, I passed on those. I'm really proud of myself. Pat McGrath's holiday release. Again, it's not even October yet, guys. My holiday release. This is the Bijou Brilliance collection. It's quite a large collection. You have two large palettes. You have, let's see, I have to talk to my notes about this. 4 5-pan palettes. Those are $36 each. The large palettes are $76 each. You have a blush, bronze, and glow trio. There's 3 different shades. Each retail for $52. There's a couple other things. There's like a colored mascara too, which, you know, blah, did not interest me. But let's talk about the palettes. There's a lot of neutral in here. They are pretty. I do think they're very pretty. And yes, I did pick up some of them only because every once in a while there'll be like kind of a glitch in Pat McGrath's site. You can actually use like a 20% off discount on some of the new items. So I was able to use a 20% off coupon on like a bundle. So the bundle was already reduced price. And the 20% off worked. So if I didn't have that coupon, I probably would only have picked up a couple of the 5-pans because a couple of those 5-pans actually look super beautiful. My favorite palette from Pat McGrath, like honestly, the motherships are totally overrated. I do not think they're worth the $129 or something crazy like that. No. But I got one of their 6-pan palettes. It was on super sale. I think I got it for like $36. Those are fantastic. So I'm kind of hoping these smaller palettes have that same formula. And I'm excited to try them. They are beautiful. Do they scream holiday to me? At least they're not neon, I guess. So we'll see when I get them. I will be doing a review of those as well. So rip my wallet. Oh, Charlotte Tilbury and her yearly advent calendar. It's out. It's already out. Again, not even October. It's $210. I don't remember what the retail value is, but it's never seemed like it's worth it to me, okay? Like, I have watched every year multiple unboxings of the Charlotte Tilbury advent calendar. Never seems like something I want, especially for $210. So I'll just leave it at that. Not getting it, not interested. But she did come out with a Beautyverse palette for $75 that just launched a couple days ago, and a Hollywood Blush and Glow palette, which comes in 2 different shades. It's $29. It's very pretty. It's kind of, I feel like nothing special. But the eyeshadow palette, it caught my attention. And this was one that I was just stuck on. I did not know, because I actually really like Charlotte Tilbury's eyeshadow formula. I think it's really nice. And, but then I thought, is it worth $75? Nice. I don't know, but we'll find out because I got it, so I will be reviewing it. Hunter is sick right now. He needs constant care. We'll talk about it at a later time, poor guy. But he's very mad because he's in his crate right now. He has to stay there. He just got some medicine and he's just throwing a fit. So, sorry. He's part of this video whether I wanted him to be or if I wanted him to just take a nap. Take a nap, Kitty. He said no. Okay, we have the MAC holiday collection. They come out with a holiday collection every year. I like this one. I like this collection, but mainly it's because I really want to try, what's it called? Frost Blur Face Primer. It's blue. I think it's like $32, $34. It's blue. I want to try it. But I do think those eyeshadow singles are beautiful. They look really pretty. I know if I got them, I just wouldn't reach for them enough. But there's eyeshadow palettes. Let's see, there's some lip balms, there's lipsticks, there's all these things. All these great things. So I am interested in that new shade of their like stiletto lipstick. What is that called? 24 hour something? Whatever it's called. It looks really nice. And that is a fantastic formula. So I may pick that up. I'm definitely picking up that primer. I'm interested. Colourpop. Colourpop always does a Halloween theme release. I feel like, again, it's September. But I feel like Halloween is already over because, like, where's the Halloween makeup? Like, we talked about one thing that was kind of Halloween-y, but now we'll talk about the Colourpop release that happened, the Haunted Mansion collection. It's already sold out, so it sold out fairly quickly. I was hoping they'd restock it because I didn't get it. I didn't think I wanted it. I've seen some reviews and that kind of has changed my mind. It looks like the palette, at least looks like a really good cool tone palette, but I didn't get it. They've done such great Halloween releases in the past and I love Disney, but I just wasn't really excited for this one. I didn't love it. It didn't like catch my attention. So I passed on it. But now they followed that collection up with a Sailor Moon collection, which I did get the palette for the Sailor Moon launch because I don't know, it looked really pretty. It really did. I mean, it didn't look like anything super special, but it did look pretty. So I was like, look, I haven't bought from Colourpop in a long time. I want to try this out. They also had some highlighters with the Sailor Moon collection that I picked up. So just a couple things, just want to try them out. But yeah, that Haunted Mansion one, if you got it, let me know. Do you like it? Or do you think it was good that I missed it? Just tell me it was good. Tell me it's good that I missed it because I don't need it. Ooh, okay. This is another one that had Reddit up in arms because they're like, you already did this. What is this? Okay. This is the Glam Light Ghostface collection. Now, Ghostface is the bad guy from Scream, or the mask, not necessarily the bad guy, but the mask the bad guy wears in Scream. I love Scream. That movie is like nostalgia 101 for me. Skeet Ulrich was like my go-to crush. He's so hot. So I've watched Scream so many times. It's a fantastic movie. So yes, I was intrigued by this collection. I got the Chucky palette last year, and when they released the Ghostface palette, I was like, is that the same? Is that the same palette? It's not. I find it to be very similar. They're very similar color stories. The owner of Glam Light did a reel where she kind of explained how the Chucky palette is more warmer toned, while the Ghostface palette is much more cooler toned, cooler undertones. You see a lot more red in the Chucky palette. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get it and compare it myself because I thought the Chucky palette was really good. I was actually very impressed by that palette. So I like a cool tone palette. This one actually screamed Halloween to me, which got me really excited because already, where's Halloween gone? Has it come and gone? No, it's not October, but it made me excited. Now, I wanted the highlighters too. I thought those were really cool, but they didn't launch at the same time that the palette did, so we're not going to be getting those. I did get an eyeliner, and of course I got that mirror. That mirror is awesome. But in case you're curious, the palette is $32. The Ghostface Lives mirror is $26. It is out now, so check that out if you're interested. But I got it, and I will be reviewing it. Okay, this is another, I spoke too soon about Halloween, because this is another one that was just announced. Melt is coming out with a Halloween Town collection. So this is actually pretty exciting, but I don't think I want it. Now, last year they did an amazing Beetlejuice collection. Was it last year or the year before? Maybe it was the year before. I think it's been out for a little while, but that collection was phenomenal. It was stunning. I have one of the palettes, and I don't even use the palette because I don't want to ruin the embossing. I know, but it's beautiful. Like, they just went the extra mile with the packaging. The insert is even beautiful. Like, everything is so, so good. And I just saw this palette and it looked like an everyday rainbow palette. It just didn't look as special as some of the ones they've released in the past. So that's gonna be a pass. The palette itself is $60, so that's already a lot. It's gonna be coming out on October 2nd, the whole collection. So they have a cute makeup bag, which I was like, oh, that's cute. They have a mirror, which I like. They have a digital dust highlighter, which I couldn't really tell from the sneak peek. I don't think the highlighter is gonna look good on my skin tone, and their digital dust highlighters are fantastic, but I don't think it was one that was gonna look good on me. So this is a pass, which makes me a little bit sad, but it just doesn't look like anything super special, which was a bummer. Okay, Urban Decay. They're coming out with some moon dust palettes. There's the Space Cowboy and Galactic Cowgirl, and these have released in some markets. It's been released in Canada. It's retailing for $57 Canadian, Canada, if you will, which I believe it's gonna be about $42 USD. So there's 4 single eyeshadows in these pans based on the really popular Space Cowboy single, which I actually just picked up. I hadn't had it before in my collection, and I thought I did, but I could not find it. I don't think I had it. I have a couple singles from Urban Decay that are fantastic. So I did pick up Space Cowboy, which now I should have waited because I would have gotten one of these palettes. These are great. The single eyeshadows retail for $24 by themselves. So 4 for $42. I'm guessing it's going to be $42. I don't think it's been released in USD yet, so I'm not entirely sure about that, but I bet that's probably about what it's going to be. I think it's a good deal. These look really pretty. They are very sheer looking though, so I don't know if it's something that I'm going to be picking up. It's one of those products that I need to see in person. I need to see it in person. I need to swatch it on me. I need to see if it's something I need. I can see myself deciding not to get it just because they look so sheer, but we will see. We're gonna talk about one more thing, and then I'm gonna pay attention to Kitty. But this one just launched today as I'm recording this. This is the Patrick Ta Major Holiday Face Palette, and it's retailing for $65. There's 4 blushes, there's 2 creams, 2 powders, and then there's 4 eyeshadows. And trust me, my first instinct when I saw that pink packaging was, yes, yes, that's beautiful. I really had to stop myself and say, but do you need it? $65, do you need it? I have a Patrick Ta blush palette that I never reach for. So do I think I was gonna be reaching for this one? No. No, so I am gonna pass on it. I think this is another one that I want to see in store, just out of curiosity. I don't think I need it. I really don't. It looks really pretty, but none of the colors seem that special or unique to me. The packaging is gorgeous. It really is, and I bet everything works great, but I don't think I need this. There's so much out there that is launching, that is beautiful, that I want to try out for the channel, that I want to just own in my life. This was not one of them, I don't think. Yeah, no, I don't think I need it. I don't think I need it. Actually, last, I wanted to talk about this one because I don't know why this keeps happening to Natasha Denona, but all these like sneak peeks, releases of her palettes keep coming out, and they're not like from the brand. This is from Reddit. I found this on Reddit, and the comment is, found this at on my Macari page. This one on Macari was selling this. How it was like, how did they get this? But this is the Natasha Denona Xenon palette. It looks like it's one of their midi size palettes, so it's gonna be $69 most likely. It is in black and white. This isn't just like a grayscale photo. It's supposedly gonna look like this in person. That's kind of what the mini Xenon palette looks like. I never got the Xenon palette, but I've heard great things about it. So this palette, if it's real, if it really exists, does interest me. We will see. We will see. But you know, you might not even see this part because Natasha Denona has a habit of accidentally releasing photos of their new products, or somehow these photos get out, and then they get mad when influencers talk about these photos. But I found this on Reddit. So if it's on Reddit, it's everywhere, right? Those were kind of all the releases that I wanted to talk about today. I would love to know your opinion on these. Are you planning on picking any of these up? There's a lot. There's a lot. Some of these are very springy summer vibes. Some of these fit winter a little bit better, and there is a handful of Halloween stuff in there as well. So it's a little overwhelming. I will say the amount of launches that happened in 2 days, totally overwhelming. There's so many that I really had to be logical about it. Is this something that I really want? Is this something that I'm going to use in my personal life a lot? Do I need it? No, I never do. but it was a little bit rough, you know. I had like 8 different reminders on my phone between the past 2 days, just like, oh, this launch is happening. Do you want it? Some I got, some I didn't, and we will see them when they come in. That Ensley Rain one I'm actually pretty excited for. So that looks absolutely stunning, very fall-y. So I'm excited to use that in October, in fall. It's gonna be beautiful. I would love to hear your opinions below about these launches. Please tell me, are you overwhelmed? I'm overwhelmed. I would love to hear from you, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!